Are you ready to do another one?
Let's do it.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
All right, he's the Dr. James McEntire. I'm Rusty Humphries. I'm a talk show host, and I'm not so sure about medical marijuana. He's a doctor, and he's going to help us understand more about medical marijuana and help you understand all the processes that you have to go through to get your medical card, to what goes on inside a dispensary, to what you should choose, and what it does, it may or may not do for you. Today, I want to talk about how do you get, in the state of Missouri, your medical marijuana card. But first, you know what they need to do? Subscribe.
Yes.
Hit the subscribe button right there. Hit that subscribe button.
Share it with your friends, too.
There, he's getting good already. Just getting started. You're getting good. So yeah, share it with your friends if you would, please. Let people know, because there's a lot of people not sure about medical marijuana, maybe not feeling so good, and doctor's going to give you the information that you may need to be to use medical marijuana or not. That's your choice. You're an adult. This is America. You should be able to choose what you want to do. I'm not sure about it, but he's going to give you all the information you need. All right, today, how do you get a medical marijuana card in the state of Missouri, Dr. McEntire?
In the state of Missouri, you have three options to get your medical marijuana card. One is a physical face-to-face appointment with me in my office or in a remote location if I'm out doing a community-based certification. We can also do virtual appointments where we do a HIPAA-compliant video chat conference.
Like a Zoom meeting kind of thing?
Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And then the last form would be as a referral in from a different company when we do what are called alternative dose certifications. Those can be done in the same ways, but they're a specific, unique form for patients that have to be certified for alternative or higher doses of THC products than others.
Okay, so that would be, I'm guessing, like a cancer patient or somebody that's in severe pain.
Someone that's using cannabis flower to make home extractions, someone that's needing to make infused home-based teas, salves, and products that are involved with the extraction from raw flower that takes a lot of flour.
Okay.
So this is getting more.
And is that harder? I'm guessing that's harder to get.
Yes.
Okay. So
let's you have to have two separate physicians agree to an alternative dose that is in excess of what the state typically considers their standard dose. Okay. So it does require twice the amount of work on the patients.
And probably what percentage of patients are like that? Small percent.
1 to 2%.
1 to 2%. Okay, let's talk about for the 99%. What do we do? Is there a form? Do I got to have an ID? What do I need?
In Missouri, we have to look at several things. The primary thing is the Missouri Physician Certification Form. It's a 2-page document. It identifies the patient by specific demographics.
Do you happen to have a form?
I happen to have a form right here. So page 1 lists the patient, the physician, and the qualifying condition that the patient has been deemed to suffer from.
Okay.
And then that document is dated and signed by a licensed physician. And once that signature and date has been placed on that form, you have 30 days to complete and upload your entire application to the state. The state will review your application and hopefully approve your application, and then you're able to produce your medical marijuana card from the state's portal.
This doesn't look that hard.
It's not complicated.
Qualifying patients, qualifying medical conditions. So it's cancer, epilepsy, glaucoma,
intractable migraines.
Unresponsive to other treatment, a chronic medical condition that causes severe persistent pain or persistent muscle spasms, including but not limited to those associated with multiple sclerosis, seizures, Parkinson's disease, and Tourette syndrome. I feel like it sometimes.
So your random expletives are not Tourette's.
Unfortunately, debilitating psychiatric disorders, including but not limited to post-traumatic stress disorder, if diagnosed by a state licensed psychiatrist, human immune deficiency virus or acquired immune deficiency syndrome. So there's a number of things that I don't want to read them all, but you can find this.
And then the expertise of a physician with this program allows us also to produce other diagnoses that some people may have not even have thought of. We use various types of inflammatory bowel disease because of the benefits that cannabis has on motility. And so there's lots of other smaller categories of qualifying patients that we can integrate into this document.
Okay, so I call you at your office. What's the phone number, by the way?
816-237-8583, or you can always fill out a intake form on my website.
Which is what?
thegreenpotclinic.com.
Okay, so they go to the website or they call you up. They fill out the form first?
No, this form is filled out by me.
Okay.
I'll go through their medical history, their allergies, their medications. I'll verify they are who they say they are by looking at ID and things of that nature. So once everything is properly documented, then that physician certification form is prepared and complete, and so it can be used as one of the uploadable documents required on the state application.
Okay, so then how long does that take? Is this like a 5-hour process?
No, typically I can do certifications in 15 to 20 minutes.
Because it's a lot of the same conditions and you kind of gotten to know what they are?
Right, and I'm pretty good at talking to patients about what their expectations and conditions are, and then advising them what is a qualifying condition and what is not.
Okay. Of the people that come in with medical conditions, are most of them get a card, 50%, 10%? How many people are approved?
If I do a certification, I'm not going to do a certification that I feel the state won't accept or will reject. And so if I put my signature on a certification, I have an over 99% approval rate.
Give me an example of something the state might reject.
Sprained ankle.
Okay.
It's not a chronic condition.
Ah, okay. So I broke my finger. That wouldn't be chronic, right?
No, it's got a treatment plan. You heal. Now, 5 years from now, if you developed arthritis in your hand, that's a different story. But an acute injury is not what this is designed for.
Okay, I had no idea. Did you know that? So it's got to be something that's chronic. It's got to be for the rest of your long term, the rest of your life.
Sure. Not
something that's going to hurt for 2 months.
Right. And then one thing a lot of people don't recognize is that, well, I had cancer, but I'm in remission. Well, you still suffer from the effects of the treatment of that cancer, from the chemotherapy, from the weight loss, from the what we call cachexia or weight loss. And there's lots of ways that cannabis can be used in your remission phase of cancer too. So just because you're in remission from cancer doesn't mean that we disregard that condition. So there's lots of misinformation out there that I try to clarify when I have a consultation.
Does the marijuana help with weight loss? Because if so, I'm starting to get interested.
There's actually a strain that has been identified as potentially appetite suppressing.
Which one's that?
It's a product that I'm blanking on the name of, but I could do a quick bit of research and tell you. But no, it's
okay. But that's not one of the main things. It's probably not.
No.
If I come in, hey, I'm chronically fat, I want to lose weight. Can you hook a brother up? That might get denied.
That might get denied.
Okay. All right. See, I'm starting to understand it a little bit. So what else in this process, because we're running short of time here, what else in this process should we know?
The application is submitted online. There's no mailing of products. You can't drive your application to Jefferson City. You complete it on a internet portal, so it's all virtual. We can assist patients who are not particularly comfortable working on computer systems. So we have a full service clinic. We can do everything from start to finish. And we're happy to help out no matter what your needs are. All
right, so that's how you get a medical marijuana card in the state of Missouri. Subscribe to this program if you would, please. Lots of information coming up. What goes on inside a cannabis dispensary? We're going to find out about that. How do they make these candies? What other things are we going to learn about?
Well, we're going to learn about not only THC, which is what most people understand of the primary cannabinoid in cannabis, but also the other components in the cannabis plant, including terpenes and minor cannabinoids. Every human body has a unique endocannabinoid system, and everybody's responses are unique, and so it's best to understand what form of cannabis you're using so that you can modify and perfect your cannabis therapy over time.
So a terpene, that's what you use to remove paint and stuff, right?
No, a different thing.
That's turpentine.
Turpentine.
Is that close? Not even close.
It has an odor to it, so
Okay.
terpenes have smell, so I guess I could relate it that way.
Okay, so again, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but
I'm going to fix that.
That's right, and that's why you should watch the show, because this is the way you're going to find out whether medical marijuana is for you or maybe it's not. Go to our sponsor, if you would please. That is ReLeaf, and they have a website.
Yes, ReLeafMo.com.
ReLeafMo.com. That's where you can get some of your medical marijuana needs fulfilled should you get your card and want to find out more. Until next time, I'm Rusty Humphries. I'm just talk shows. I know nothing. He is the doctor. He knows what he's talking about. Dr. James McEntire. And we'll catch you next time on So I'm Not So Sure About Medical Marijuana.
See you then.